Some people don't even need to speak to be noticed. They walk into a room and everything shifts. Nobody knows why. Nobody can explain. But everyone feels it. It's that moment where people think, who is that? Long before a single word is spoken. This isn't magic. It's not charisma. It's not astrology. Just presence. Pure gravitational density. And here's the best part. You can build that. Yes, even you, the person who apologizes when someone else bumps into you. This message is not for people who want approval. It's for those who are tired of living as the light version of themselves, the emotional demo edition, free trial of their own potential. It's time to uninstall that entire program. We're all born powerful. Then, childhood arrives with its behavioral patches. Be nice. Don't shout, don't be weird, don't scare the neighbors. And with every don't, they were basically saying, congratulations, you're becoming predictable. Little by little, you evolve from you 2.02. You on 10% battery? People like this polite, smaller version of you, but nobody follows it. No one respects someone who is actively trying to shrink their own energy. To become who you were meant to be, you need to hold a symbolic funeral, not for others. For the version of you that was trained to ask for permission to exist, the version that said sorry even when it was right, the version that gave up its space without a second thought, the version that spent hours rehearsing how to ask for the smallest favor. This version is sweet, but sweetness doesn't dominate anything besides dessert. Say goodbye to it. Make a speech if you want. Play dramatic music, then delete it. Does it hurt? Yes, but so does plucking your eyebrows and you still survive. Comfort is not the goal. Impact is. The person with this kind of presence doesn't chase attention. They create gravity. They are like a premium Wi-Fi signal. Invisible, stable, and irresistibly strong. They don't control people. They control the emotional climate of every environment they enter. And this transformation begins with your body. Your body speaks long before your mouth even thinks about opening. In fact, your body is chattering all the time. Its fast, jerky movements say, I'm nervous. A shrunken posture whispers, please ignore me. Rapid, shallow breathing screams, I am in a state of high-level panic. It's time to update the hardware. Move slower. Move as if your internal clock is set to a higher, more deliberate class. Breathe deeper, as if you've already solved half of your problems. Look people in the eyes, not to intimidate, but to exist with intention, to connect, take up space. Uncross your arms. Open your shoulders. Give your ribcage a little vacation from being compressed. Walk like you've already read the spoilers of life and know how it ends. Now for the delicious part, the voice. Speak as if your words are sold by weight. Use fewer of them, but give them more density. Master the art of the dramatic pause. End your sentences with a downward inflection, not an upward one. Ending on a high note is the official punctuation mark of insecurity and that addiction to over-explaining yourself. Delete it. Empty the recycling bin. Say goodbye to your emotional Windows XP. The moment you stop justifying your every move, people suddenly become curious. And curiosity is just respect, wearing expensive perfume. What about rejection? For the weak, it's a tragedy. For the strategist, it's just the GPS recalculating the route. The emotional person asks, why didn't they choose me? Strategic mind asks, how can I become impossible to ignore next time? This is where a different kind of intelligence begins. When you understand that life is undriven by absolute truth, but by perception. And perception is something you can mold. From now on, you will react slower, will observe more, You will analyze more. You'll respond less. This simple shift alone can put manipulators into an absolute existential crisis. You become unreadable. People can't decipher you. And what the human brain can't easily read, it automatically respects. But let's level this up with strategic disappearance. This isn't ghosting. This is evolving. It's about leaving emotionally, not necessarily physically, so that your return becomes an event. When you disappear at the right moment, people finally notice the weight your presence carried. Strategic absence is an elegant psychological punch. From this point forward, you are no longer competing. You are the standard. You become the invisible reference point. You become the person who enters a room quietly, yet changes the emotional temperature of the entire space. Real power isn't about controlling others. It's about deleting your weaker versions, upgrading your posture, calibrating your voice, stopping the need for explanations, transforming rejection into fuel, and operating from a place of strategic silence. When you do this, you don't need to announce who you are. Your energy holds the press conference for you. Your silence speaks volumes. Your absence carries weight. Your calmness makes other people nervous. Not because you're scary, but because you aren't begging for anything from them. You have become a gravitational center. People will adjust their tone around you. They will measure their words more carefully. They will try to avoid disappointing you not out of fear, but because something inside them recognizes genuine authority. At this level, you don't need to be loved. You don't need to be feared. You only need to be inevitable. This is the final form of power. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's not flashy. It's just dense, calm, unavoidable. You stop telling stories about transformation, and you become the story that people whisper about in the hallways. The myth, the rumor, the presence. If this message made sense to you, prove it not with speeches, but with your presence. Algorithms read signals, not intentions. And dominant minds read strategy, not the need for approval. To seal this new identity, say this to yourself slowly and with intention. I don't ask for space. I am the standard. Because honestly, this is only the beginning. Wow. Your final form hasn't even started loading yet. Thanks for watching.